1,700 more people tested positive on the last day. Hospitalizations and the positivity rate is decreased. Appointments for the coronavirus are being canceled across the area because of the bad weather. So far, 535,000 doses of the vaccine have been given. 268,000 people have received both doses. The hospitalizations and the positive tested rate is continuing to fall down. The numbers in Maryland. The state recorded more than 1,100 new coronavirus cases in the last 24 hours, and deaths are at the all-time high. That means 27 more people have died in the last 24 hours change. For the reopening plan in Maryland, Baltimore County Schools releasing its back-to-school plan. Staff will return to in classroom on February 16th, and some students will come back on March the 1st, following the governor's order. For families choosing the hybrid models, students will go in person 2 days a week and virtual 3 days a week. This news comes as our state reports less than 1,000 new daily cases for the first time since November. 34 more people have died. Hospitalizations and the positive rate did go up on the last day. Baltimore County Schools will begin a hybrid learning plan on March 1st. There will be 2 in-person learning days and 3 virtual days per week. Families do have an option to continue all virtual learning. Most employees will return to schools and offices in about 2 weeks, and students will be phased back in during the month. And remember, social distancing, wash hands, and wear masks. These numbers comes as a confirmed cases of the coronavirus is below 1,000 for the second straight day. The positivity rate is at the wrong direction. Now a link signing up for the first dose of COVID vaccinations causes confusion in Baltimore. Some people were turned away from their appointments at the Baltimore City Community College vaccination sites, all because the online schedule system sending people signing up for their first dose a link for their second dose appointments by mistake. So right now, in Baltimore City clinics are only giving out second dose. Mayor Brandon Scott says he had reached out to Governor Hogan to talk about a better way to give out this vaccine. For Baltimore County Public Schools, if you live in the area, they are delaying the suspension of in-person learning until March. Kindergarten through 2nd grade will begin Monday, March 1st. Grades 3 to 5 and grade 9 will begin Monday, March 15th. Grade 12 will begin April 12th. An update on pre-kindergarten grades 6 to 8 and grades 10 to 11 will be running in early March. So be prepared if you are in Baltimore County, Maryland. So the state added more than 1,500 new cases in the last 24 hours, breaking a streak of 2 straight days with fewer than 1,000 cases. Deaths also ran up with an all-time high, but the hospitalizations and the positivity rate have decreased down. Despite the promising metric, some city school teachers call for schools to stay closed. Students and teachers met it at the City Hall for a caravan test last night. The group wants all teachers to be vaccinated first and the school board to come up with a written plan for stronger safety standards. This comes as city schools announce the start of in-person learning will be delayed by 2 weeks to allow expanded COVID testing. Maryland now topped 360,000 coronavirus cases. 35 deaths have been reported in the last day, and 18 more people are hospitalized. The positivity rate rose slightly to 5.94%. Maryland's first 2 mass COVID-19 vaccination sites opened at the Baltimore Convention Center and at Six Flags American. Both sites have also served as COVID testing location. Governor Larry Hogan toured at Six Flags American just as moments ago, and at this site, officials were reach out to people who pre-registered to get the vaccine since an appointment are expected to fill out quickly. The governor says roughly 250 people a day would go through Six Flags to be vaccinated. 1,500 people tested positive for this coronavirus in Maryland. 41 more people have died. Hospitalizations and the positivity test rate is back down. The vaccine rollout continues to frustrate. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention published its latest data on vaccines across the country. 58 million coronavirus vaccines have been distributed so far, with 37 million vaccines administered. 7.5 million Americans are now fully vaccinated. The CDC updates this data on its COVID-19 tracker each night at 8. If you like to look at the coronavirus in Maryland, and if you live in the state of Maryland, please go to their link at coronavirus.maryland.gov.